Test, test, test. Test, test, 1, 2, 3, test. Welcome to match day number 31 here in season. Oh my gosh, I butchered that so bad. It's match day number 31. UC basketball takes on West Virginia here at Fifth Third Arena Saturday afternoon. I'm Christian McGowan alongside my partner Justin Diedrich here, Bearcats Sports Radio. Today, Cincinnati Bearcats 17-13 here, Big 12 season, right with season finale. Justin, what will it take for UC to win?
Yeah, I need their bigs to have domination down low today, right? You have guys like Aziz Bandago and Jameel Reynolds down low tonight, need to dominate. The last time Cincinnati played West Virginia, they got beat down low, and they need to remedy that. They obviously had time to make a solution. They've had a lot of time since that game, and I think that should be part of their main game plan, is to just kind of work it down low, let those guys eat.
As you mentioned in the first meeting, UC lost in Morgantown 69-65 back in late January, and here they meet again, this time to close out the Big 12 regular season. And for West Virginia, a team that has been struggling all year, 9-21 record, 4-13 in Big 12 play. What will it take for West Virginia to come out victorious?
I think West Virginia needs to come out just firing on all cylinders. They have nothing left to lose. 9-21, you're not in any tournament at this point. Let your offense go out there and just shoot the shots, be confident, play with confidence. Like I said, you have nothing left to lose. Put it all out on the line today.
For West Virginia, they are coming off a loss versus TCU, in which you saw Jesse Edwards, the center, have 36 points and 13 rebounds, becoming the fifth player in the first since 1962 to post those numbers in a single game. For the Bearcats, you mentioned working the bigs down low. Is there a player to mention, a player that you like tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at Jameel Reynolds tonight. He's been playing really good as of recent for the Bearcats. I think he just matches up really well with Jesse Edwards that you just talked about down low against the Mountaineers. Reynolds just plays really physical, works his way inside. He's going to be a force, and I think he's going to play a lot more aggressive today against Edwards, as opposed to they put a little bit off of him last time they matched up.
And for the Mountaineers, is there a player, like you mentioned, Jesse Edwards, but what about Raekwon Battle? Do you like him tonight?
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, Raekwon Battle is who I'm watching. If they follow what I said and just put your offense out there, there's no one better of just straight offensive hooping than Raekwon Battle. I mean, Duke can come out there and knock down shots from anywhere on the court. He's extremely athletic, fast, plays to his strengths. I got the pleasure of watching this team earlier in the season when they took on Ohio State at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, and Raekwon Battle did not miss. I mean, he has an NBA 3 in his arsenal. I mean, that shot is money. If he goes out there and shoots that with confidence tonight, he's going to be tough to guard.
Raekwon Battle, the 6'5" guard from Washington. He has double-digit scoring in his last 9 out of 10 games, including 28 versus Kansas State and 25 versus Baylor. Here at Fifth Third Arena, today is senior day. 4 seniors were recognized. Those include John Newman III, Chase Kirkwood, Landon Long, and Odi Aguamas alongside 3 managers. So it's a total of 7 seniors tonight recognized on senior day. And this will close out Big 12 conference play. And as you mentioned, both teams are struggling. West Virginia will not be in the tournament. UC looking at NIT unless they pull off a miracle in the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah, tournament's not out of the question yet for the Bearcats. It starts with a win today, but then you really need some help to go in the Big 12 tournament. You need to get at the minimum 3 wins in the Big 12 tournament, which I believe would take you all the way to the championship of the Big 12 tournament. So even if they win today, it's going to take a lot, but like I said, it starts with today.
Big 12 is a gauntlet of a conference. Anything can happen, and today is definitely a prime indicator of how seeding could matter today. Bearcats with a win. I believe right now they are in 11th place, and I think a win and a TCU loss puts them 10th, avoiding the early Tuesday start in the tournament.
You know, and I don't feel bad about the Bearcats in that tournament. They played better this year in the Big 12 on the road than they have at home. I mean, they're going to be on the road for every single game in the Big 12 tournament. So I wouldn't feel necessarily bad. It just depends on matchups, like you meant. The seeding does matter a lot.
You just saw earlier in the season, UC can hang with these Big 12 teams. They had that stretch early on in the year in which it seemed like every close game, every one-possession game that they lost. And those were against great teams, Baylor, Kansas, Texas, And the list goes on and on.
I mean, up until the Iowa State game in late February, they hadn't lost a Big 12 game by more than 5. I mean, they always were in it. It's just a matter of finishing out the games, and they typically weren't able to do that.
I believe after the Oklahoma game that they lost here, I believe their scoring margin was a plus in Big 12 play, but they were 1-3, or 2-4, excuse me, 2-4 in Big 12 play with a plus scoring margin.
That's just how it happens in the Big 12. Every single one of these teams could win on any given night. It just isn't going your way. Sometimes things just aren't happening how you wanted to, how you schemed it up, and it takes adjustments. It takes fight in this conference.
Your starters for the Mountaineers from West Virginia. At guard, number 2, Kobe Johnson. Number 3, Kerr Kreischer gets a start as well. Number 21, Raekwon Battle gets a start. At forward, number 11, Quinn Slazinski, and finishing off at the 5 will be center, Jesse Edwards. And for your Bearcats, at guard, starting number 1, Dede Thomas. At the other guard position will be John Newman III. Forwards, you have Odi Oguama and Simas Lukosius. And the wrap it all out, at the 5, you got Aziz Bandego. For the Bearcats, no C.J. Frederick and no Victor Locken, both out with injuries. Locken was seen with the boot and did not play in this week's matchup versus Oklahoma on Tuesday alongside Frederick.
Yeah, Locken was shooting out there around in the warm-ups. There was belief he could have played today, decided not to. Wes Miller's going to save him, get him healthy for that Big 12 tournament. He believes in his guys that he has tonight, as well as starting the senior who's just recognized Odi Oguama in Locken's place. We'll see what impact he can make.
Bearcats in all red, Mountaineers in all gray. For the tip-off, it will be Jesse Edwards versus Odi Oguama. On your mobile device, Bearcats will be going right to left, and Mountaineers going left to right. Tip-off will take place here momentarily, under 10 seconds. In what could be the final game this year at Fifth Third Arena, which could be a little emotional.
It's a little sad. It's definitely sad, but I'm excited to get into it. It's been a great year of basketball. Let's finish it out on a high note.
Officials get set. Here the jump ball will be Bandego versus Jesse Edwards. And here we go. Tip is won by the Bearcats. Dede Thomas has it cross his half court. Thomas goes right. Lukosius in the corner underneath Oguama. Oguama, that one is blocked by Raekwon Battle, saved by Slazinski.
Yeah, it makes sense that they were going to run a play for Oguama on the first one. Just got an unfortunate block there.
Edwards, top of the key. Gives off to Slazinski, left wing, guarded by Oguama. Kreischer has it, gives it back to Slazinski. Back out to Kreischer, 12 on the play clock. Kreischer drive in, and he lost the ball out of bounds, and it will be Bearcats' ball.
Yeah, a little bit of a reckless drive there from Kreischer. Just didn't look like he had a plan when going in and lost it out of bounds.
19:22 left here in the first half. Dede Thomas has it. It's guarded by Kreischer, gets a screen. Bandego gives off to Newman. Left wing three-pointer. That one is up, no good, short. Rebounded by Raekwon Battle. Battle has a right wing, gives it off to Edwards. Back up to Battle. Gets a screen by Edwards, but doesn't take it. Kobe Johnson has it the left wing. Johnson, junior from Canton, Ohio. 10 left on the play clock. Gives off to Slazinski near the C-Paul logo. Beyond the perimeter. Trapped by Oguama, knocked away, free ball, picked up by Johnson, fadeaway jumper, that one is no good. And the putback is in for Jesse Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards tipped that to try to get it away from Dede Thomas, and ended up tipping it right back up and in.
Jesse Edwards, 6'11", 240 center from the Netherlands. He had 36 points in the loss versus TCU. Lukosius, right wing three-pointer. That one is no good. Fight for it. And it's going to be a foul on Slazinski. No, they're going to say foul on Oguama. Wow.
Yeah, I think that one could have gone either way. They just kind of got tangled up by their left shoulders, and Oguama ended up taking the fall, but they get him for the foul as well.
I most certainly thought that was going to be a foul on Slazinski, but the refs go the other way as Aguama subs out. Skillings checks in for the Bearcats. Krisha has it right wing, guarded by Day Thomas. Picks up his dribble, gives it off to Sadzinski, top of the wing. Sadzinski's going to drive in baseline, stops, gives it off to Edwards. Edwards gives it off in the corner. Raekwon Battle pump fake, and a foul will be called on Dan Skillings as he bit on the pump fake and made contact with the driving Raekwon Battle on the baseline.
Yeah, I mean, Battles got such a lethal shot from beyond the arc that Skillings kind of had to bite on that one and could get a contest up if he was going to shoot it.
Mountaineers will inbound it. This would be Krisha. Bandego on the ball. Underneath Edwards. Edwards off the glass. That one is no good. Rebounded by Skillings. Skillings crosses half court. Gives off to Newman at the left wing. Bandego has it, top of the key. This would be Day Thomas. Thomas. Bullet past to Newman. Off to Lukosius, gets a screen. Lukosius has it. And you pull up from deep. I mean deep. That one can't fall in. Rebounded, is poked out of bounds by Bandego, and it'll be Mountaineers' ball.
Yeah, I don't mind the shots that the Bearcats have gotten off so far. They're just not falling, and that happens sometimes early game. It's got to keep taking good shots and high percentage looks, and they'll start falling.
Bearcats so far 0 of 4 from the field. Krisha has at the baseline, gives off to Sadzinski, back out to Krisha. Kobe Johnson has it, gives it to Krisha, right wing. Krisha pull-up jumper. That one is no good, rebounded by Newman. 17-13 left to go in the first half. Mountaineers up 2-0. Newman has it at the left wing in front of the Mountaineer bench. Gets a screen by Bandego. Newman, low shoulder, underneath pass to Bandego, and he throws down the two-handed jam to put the Bearcats on the board with the first points.
Yeah, that was a really nice pass there by John Newman. Split Edwards and Slazinski to get it down low to Bandego.
Kobe Johnson gives it off to Raekwon Battle, guarded by Newman. Battle's going to drive in, gives it off to Slazinski, top of the key. Slazinski drives in on Lukosius, high arcing. That one is no good, secured by Bandego. Thomas has it, crosses half court. Thomas pass to Skillings. Skillings has it baseline, drives into the post, off the glass. That one is good. Bearcats take the lead early on, 4-2 with 16:23 to go in the first half. Krisha is guarded by Thomas. Picks up his dribble, gives it off to Sadzinski underneath the Edwards, guarded by Bandego. Edwards back out to Sadzinski. Drives in, pass to Edwards. He lost it. Newman has it. Lukosius gives off to Bandego. Nice layup off the glass. Aziz Bandego. 4 points early on here in this matchup.
And the Bearcats did a really good job running the break on that one. They had 3 other guys that Day Thomas could have passed to as well.
That one is a bad pass. Newman has it, crosses half court. Fast break for the Bearcats. Lukosius spot up 3 right wing. That one falls in. Seamas Lukosius forces coach Josh Eilert to call a timeout early on in this game. Bearcats are up 9-2 and on a 9-0 run over the last 85 seconds, just like that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when they started out 0 for 4, I said, keep shooting with confidence. It'll start to fall. There's 4 of their last 4 after that with that 9-point run. They did exactly what they needed to.
Bearcats up 9-2 early on in the first half, 15:36 left to go. We'll take a quick break here on Bearcats Sports Radio. we welcome you back here to Fifth Third Arena on Bearcats Sports Radio. Bearcats up 9-2 early on against the Mountaineers. As we mentioned before break, Bearcats on a 9-0 run over the last 85 seconds with 4 consecutive field goals made. The Mountaineers on a scoring drought just over 3 minutes. Mountaineers will make a substitution. Noah Farrakhan will check in for Kobe Johnson. Krisha has it, crosses half court, guarded by Thomas. Szynski has it, right wing, guarded by Lukosius. Picks up his dribble, gives off to Edwards, and that one is poked away, out of bounds. Last touch by the Bearcats, so it'll be Mountaineers ball.
Yeah, they're just playing deny on the handoff. Do not want to let them get any free handoffs because that causes a lot of open space at times.
Be 14 left on the shot clock. Farrakhan has it, guarded by Skillings. Gets a screen by Edwards. 7 left, gives it off to Krisha. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Underneath pass, that one is poked away once again by the Bearcats. Mountaineers will inbound it underneath the basket with 3.2 left on the shot clock.
That was a great pass with just a better defensive play to poke that one away.
Krisha will inbound it. Bandego on the ball. Krisha gives it off to Farrakhan. And he's not aware of the shot clock. He's to put up a shot, and he banks it in. And the refs are going to review it.
Yeah, I'm not sure he got that one off, Chris.
From here, it looked like he didn't get it off. As they show a replay on the Jumbotron.
They show the replay. It didn't even show the shot clock.
Won't be able to tell anything from that one. It's like Farrakhan wasn't aware of the shot clock.
Yeah, I thought he maybe thought it reset
basket
after going out of bounds, but it does not.
After a quick review, refs say no basket.
It's a good call.
Bearcats will inbound it. Newman gives it off to Thomas. Thomas crosses half court. 14:53 left to go. Give and go to Thomas. Thomas has it at the left wing. Gives it Lukosius in the corner in front of the Mountaineer bench. Bandego back out to Lukosius. Lukosius to Thomas, right wing, 10 on the play clock. Underneath the Bandego, that one's intercepted by Szynski, poked out of bounds. And it will be Mountaineers ball. Last touch by Bandego. Krisha has it, crosses half court, gives off to Szynski. He's going to drive in, gives off to Krisha, pull up 3 from the left wing. That one is no good. Rebound secured by Bandego. Skillings, right wing, gives it to Bandego, gives it off to Dede Thomas. Lukosius back off to Thomas, guarded by Farrakhan. Thomas, pull up mid-range jumper. That one is no good. Rebound by Bandego. Loses it out of bounds. That's a turnover. It'll be Mountaineers ball. Double substitution for the Bearcats. Jizzle James and Jamil Reynolds check in for Dede Thomas and Bandego. Jizzle James had 16 points in the loss versus Oklahoma. He has back-to-back double-digit scoring games, looking to make an impact here in this game. Krisha gives it to Raekwon Battle. Battle, pull-up jumper, baseline. That one is good. Bearcats are up 9-4. Battle ends the 4.5-minute scoring drought for the Mountaineers. James gives it off to Lukosius at the left wing. Newman at the right wing now has it, guarded by Szynski. Pull up 3, that one is no good. Rebounded by Farrakhan. Mountaineers pushing underneath Szynski. That one is going to be a foul called on Lukosius. With 13:34 left to go in the first half. That'll send Szynski to the line, shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, first free throws of the game, about 6.5 minutes in. West Virginia as a team, about 70% from the line.
Szynski sinks the first free throw. Crowd making noise, second free throw is up. Nothing but net. Substitution, Szynski checks out. Number 22, Josiah Harris, this sophomore from Canton, Ohio, checks in. Jizzle James has it, crosses half court. Gets to Reynolds. Reynolds, hand off to Skillings. Skillings drives in, layup. That one is blocked, but Reynolds is there for the putback.
Yeah, I mean, Reynolds just in the perfect spot for that one. Went up with it strong and finished it strong as well.
Right place, right time. Raekwon Battle has it, drives in, and he loses it. Fight for it. Ends up in the hands of Krisha. His three-pointer's up. That one is nothing but net. Kerr Krisha, the transfer from Arizona, led the Pac-12 in assists for 2 straight years. Sinks a three-pointer right there. Skillings has it in front of the West Virginia bench. Gives off to Reynolds in the post. Gets back out to Skillings. Pull up 3 from the top of the key. That one is no good. Jizzle James had the rebound. He's trying to shoot it. He loses it. Lukosius has it. 14 left on the shot clock. Lukosius gives it cross-court pass to Newman. His three-pointer from the right corner. That one is no good. And Skillings fights for the rebound, but it's secured by Krisha.
Yeah, Newman's just off a little bit right now. 0 for 3 from 3. He's got to lock in and find a spot.
Farrakhan three-pointer. That one gives the Mountaineers a 12-11 lead with 12-13 left to go in the first half. And as you mentioned, John Newman 0 of 3. Could it be the senior night struggles?
It could be. Not really a way to tell for sure. I think he'll get it going here soon. He's a veteran player, knows how to find his spots.
The coach has thought about it, gives it off to Newman. Newman. He's going to body down Harris. Picks up a dribble at the post, gives it off to Lukosius. He'll pull up 3. Now one sinks in. Lukosius gives the Bearcats the lead, 14-12 here in the first half. Lukosius 6 points. 2 of 4 from the field, include 2 3-pointers. Speed Farrakhan has it. Farrakhan drives in, fading away. The floater is good. That ties the game at 14.
Yeah, a little bit of a wild drive there to the basket by Farrakhan. He ended up kind of half falling down as he tossed that one up, but he got it in.
James has it at the left wing, gets a screen from Reynolds. Skillings, right wing, gives up to Lukosius. How about another one? That one, nothing but net. Seamas Lukosius again. 9 quick points for Lukosius, and the Bearcats have the lead, 17-14.
Yeah, I mean, Seamas is smelling blood in the water right now. He's realizing they're leaving him space, and he's taking advantage of it.
Battle three-pointer's no good. Rebounded by Harris. Drive is no good. Rebounded by Newman. The Bearcats will slow it down, as that one was poked away by Battle, but Newman has possession. James has it, the right wing. Looks at Coach Miller for the play call. James near the C-Paw logo, guarded by Farrakhan. Gives it to Reynolds. Reynolds hands off to Lukosius. How about a three-peat? No good. Rebounded by Battle. Krisha gives it off in the corner. It's going to be Harris. Gives it out to Farrakhan, top of the key. Guarded by Reynolds. It's a mismatch. Farrakhan working on Reynolds. That one is going to be a travel called on Farrakhan, and that'll give the Bearcats the ball after this media timeout. Bearcats are up 17-14 with 10:06 left to go in the first half. Justin, what so far has struck your eye from either team?
I mean, honestly, the three-point shooting for both teams. Neither a team has been afraid to shoot the ball so far. There's been a lot of attempts. 10 three-point attempts for the Bearcats, 5 for West Virginia. And even though not all of them are falling, right, the three-point percentage is a little low, 30% for the Bearcats, 40 for the Mountaineers. They're just not afraid to take those shots. We've seen both these teams have some hesitancy shooting the ball earlier in the year, especially the Bearcats. Right now, they just kind of seem like, we're going to let it fly, see if it goes in or not. And Lukosius, those are going in for him.
As you mentioned, both teams are letting it fly. Just under 10 minutes have been played, and the Bearcats are 7 of 17 from the floor, and the Mountaineers are 5 of 13 from the floor. But what, like you mentioned, what is striking? The Bearcats 10 three-point attempts already, and it's only 10:06 left to go in the first half.
I mean, it's not the typical offense you see from this team. Obviously, they run some plays for Lukosius. They like to run the baseline floppy or the hammer anchor. They get him up top, and he shoots that. But typically, they work it down low. They get post-up opportunities for Reynolds and Bandego. They just haven't done that a ton this game so far.
The Bearcats are losing the rebounding battle 10-7 to the Mountaineers. The Bearcats are one of the best rebounding teams in the nation, averaging just under 40 rebounds a game, which is 20th in the nation. They're losing that battle 10-7. Let's take a quick break here on Bearcat Sports Radio. Bearcats up 17-14. 10:06 left to go in the first half. We welcome you back here to Fifth Third Arena in this 22nd all-time matchup between the Mountaineers and the Cincinnati Bearcats. Mountaineers lead the overall series 11-10, including a win early on in the year in Morgantown. West Virginia won that one 69-65. Here early on, Bearcats are up 17-14 in match day number 31 for both teams. Thomas crosses half court, handoff to Skillings. Back off to Thomas, right wing. Thomas to Josh Reed at the right wing, underneath the Reynolds. He's gonna work on Sumnick. Jump hook, that one is in. Falls in, Jameel Reynolds. Farrakhan gets it to Kobe Johnson. Gets it right back to Farrakhan at the right wing. Underneath the Johnson, guarded by Jizzle James. Back out to Farrakhan, guarded by Day Thomas. Gives it off to Josiah Harris. Back out to Farrakhan, pull up three from the right wing. That one is nothing but net. That cuts the West Virginia deficit down to 2.
Yeah, Farrakhan only had 5 points in that earlier matchup this year against UC. He clearly wants to get, let him know who he is. He got 8 already tonight.
3 of 3 from the floor, including 2 threes for Farrakhan. James gets it at the left corner, pull-up jumper. That one is no good, rebounded by Kobe Johnson. Mountaineers pushing. Johnson, top of the key. That's at the right wing now. Gives it to Josiah Harris. Picks up his dribble. Should be Patrick Sumnick, top of the key. 12 left on the play clock. Sumnick working on Reynolds. And that one is blocked by Reynolds. Thomas has it. Bearcats pushing on the fast break. Skillings. Spin move, gets it off to Thomas. Right wing three-pointer is up. That one is no good. Rebounded by Kobe Johnson. Now the Mountaineers are pushing on the fast break. Johnson trying to go coast to coast, and a foul is called on the Bearcats. I'll send Kobe Johnson to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Day Thomas is caught committing the crime. For the Bearcats, you have Jizzle James and Day Thomas on the court right now. It's something you haven't really seen early on in the year, but Wes Miller has adapted to that. And more recently, you've seen these two start playing together.
Yeah, and it's an idea that I was an advocate of early on in the year. I always like when teams have 2 primary ball handlers. It takes the pressure off of having just one main guy. When it was just Day Thomas, it's a lot of pressure on him. He's got to handle the ball. He's got to be the main guy to run the offense. With Jizzle and Day in at the same time, you have 2 options for that. You can run plays for either one of them. I just like that idea. I think it's a nice, well-oiled machine when you have those guys in together.
Both teams make substitutions for the Bearcats. Bandago and Lukosius come in for Skillings and Reynolds. Jesse Edwards from Mountaineers comes back in as both free throws are made by Kobe Johnson. West Virginia will be pressing. This will be Day Thomas, has it. at the C-Paul logo. 8:13 left to go in this game, tied at 19. Josh Reed has it the right wing, gets it to Lukosius. Lukosius looking, gets it to Bandego. Bandego, top of the key. And that one is poked away. Bandego keeps it though, and that one is thrown away by Bandego, intercepted by Kobe Johnson. Johnson guarded by Jizzle James at the left wing, picks up his dribble, gives it off to Seth Wilson. Sweet Josiah Harris gives it, and that one is overthrown and out of bounds. Will be Bearcats ball. After the media timeout, we are tied 19 apiece here at Fifth Third Arena between the Bearcats and the Mountaineers. We'll take a quick break. Welcome to Bearcats Sports Radio on this matchup of Big 12 basketball between the West Virginia Mountaineers and your Cincinnati Bearcats. Last Tuesday, the Bearcats lost in Norman against Oklahoma in overtime, 74-71. The Bearcats built a 13-point lead in the opening minutes and led by 5 late, but Oklahoma fought its way to overtime and stole one from the Bearcats. The Sooners went 21-23 from the foul line. Now, a lot of fans are upset that the foul calls against UC and the UC and Oklahoma were definitely different and subjective.
Oh, I mean, including me. I called my brother and went on a real nice, 5 to 6 minute rant about the foul calls at the end of the game.
Today is a new day, though. Bearcats have it. This would be Jizzle James has it top of the key, gives it off to Day Thomas, back off the Jizzle. 9 left on the shot clock. Lukosius swings to the Reed in the corner. Reed's going to drive in floater. That one is no good. Gets his own rebound for a putback. That gives the Bearcats a 21-19 lead with 7:10 left to go in the first half. It's Reed's first points of the night. Saw 12 minutes of action in the loss versus Oklahoma. Jesse Edwards picks up his dribble, gives it to Farrakhan. 12 left on the shot clock. Krisha has it. Gets it off to Szynski. 5 left. Have to do something. Gets it off to Krisha. Great pass to Szynski. Great defense by the Bearcats. Szynski will throw up a prayer. It's no good. Rebounded by Edwards. Edwards is no good. Gets his own rebound again, and that one is poked away. Stolen by Day Thomas. Reed has it. Gets it back out to Thomas at the left wing. Reed, top of the key. Gets it to Jizzle James. Jizzle James working on Farrakhan. Great move. Gets it off to Thomas at the left wing in front of the Mountaineer bench. Thomas goes in. Jumper off the glass. Day Thomas gets his first points of the night and gives the Bearcats a 23-19 lead. And the ref stops play. Not exactly sure what happened.
Looks like we're going to get a tech on Josh Eilert.
Technical foul is given, so Lukosius will shoot the technical free throw.
Eilert maybe used some choice words towards the referees. Don't want to reenact those.
First free throw is up for Lukosius. That one is good. As you mentioned, no lock-in today for the Bearcats. He did not play Tuesday as well. Second free throw for Lukosius. That one rattles in. The Bearcats enter Saturday with 37 missed game amongst its rotation for injury, illness, or transfer waiver procedures.
That's a lot. I mean, that is a lot of missed games. I think it just kind of speaks to Wes Miller as a coach, right? How he's had to move his pieces around and keep guys in and out of the lineup, and they're still a very competitive team, even with all those missed games out of their key pieces.
The Bearcats have thrown a lot of different lineups as that one is poked away by Jizzle James. Mountaineers will have it. 16 left on the play clock as they inbound it. The Bearcats and Wes Miller have thrown out a bunch of starting lineups throughout the entire year, and having to navigate through those obstacles as Farrakhan three-pointer is no good, shows what this team is really made of. Thomas, and it's going to be a foul called on Krisha, and a technical foul is given on Krisha. Him and Bandego were getting into it on that Bearcat possession. Just getting tangled up, it looks like, and Krisha is not happy at that call as he gets thrown a technical his way.
Yeah, Krisha might have to stay quiet a little bit, or he might get a second one. He's still talking.
So Lukosius will go to the line to shoot the 2 technical free throws again. Lukosius with 11 quick points. Bearcats on a 6-0 run. First free throw is up. That one is no good. We've done a lot of games this year, and I think this is the first one that we've seen a technical in general and 2 technical fouls in 60 seconds of game time.
Yeah, I mean, that's just to see a tech in general at all is pretty rare, and then, like you said, 2 within a minute is even more rare. That's not something you see happen.
So Lukosius sinks the second one. Bearcats will retain possession. Lukosius with 12 points already in this game. Leads all scorers. Bearcats on a 7-0 run over the last 90 seconds. West Virginia on another scoring drought, this time over 2 minutes and 39 seconds. 5:42 left to go. Bearcats up 26-19. Thomas will cross half court, guarded by Farrakhan. Screen by Lukosius. Excuse me, this will be Jizzle James has it. Gets off to Josh Reed. Left wing thought about it. Back out to Jizzle James. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Jizzle, pull-up jumper right near the perimeter is no good, and a foul be called on the floor. Looks to be on Patrick Sumnick. Bearcats will inbound it underneath the basket. 20 gets added to the shot clock. Coach will inbound underneath the Jizzle James, and a nice play by the Bearcats designed underneath the basket to give the Bearcats a 9-point lead. 5:15 left to go in the first half. Spikobi Johnson directing traffic on the court for the Mountaineers. Gets a screen by Sumnick. Gives it off to Farrakhan. Farrakhan drives in, gives off the corner. Szynski, three-pointer is up. That one is nothing but net. Quinn Szynski. 5 points early on in this matchup. James has in the corner. Thought about it. Gets a screen by Bandego. Reed, top of the key to Dede Thomas. Thomas gets a screen by Bandego underneath. He throws down the lob. Bandego raised the roof on that one.
Yeah, Bandego had to stretch out a long way to grab that one and throw it in, but obviously very, very good at catching lobs. He's done it at least once almost every game this year.
The foul is called on Josh Reed. Both teams will make substitutions. Newman and Skillings will come in for Jizzle, James, and Josh Reed. Raekwon Battle comes in for Noah Farrakhan. Kobe Johnson inbounds it, gives it off to Kurt Krisha. Averages nearly 5 assists per game this year. Mountaineers working around the perimeter, 8 left on the shot clock. Szynski has it the right wing. Drives in on Bandego, fading away jumper is up. That one rims out, rebound secured by Bandego. Thomas crosses half court. Gives off to Lukosius at the left wing. Bandego has it, give and go to Lukosius. Lukosius to Skillings. Left wing three-pointer is up. He lets it fly. That one is no good. Fight for it. And it's saved by Sumnick. Popped up in the air. Rebounded by, this would be Newman. The alley-oop to Bandego again. Bearcats up by 10. 3:34 left to go in the first half. Krisha gives it off to Kobe Johnson. Guarded by Skillings. Krisha underneath to Szynski. It's a mismatch. He's guarded by Dede Thomas. Gives it off to Krisha, three-pointer top of the key. That one is an air ball, or at least takes a deflection off the side of the hoop. Thomas to Newman. Newman working on Szynski. Baseline jumper. That one is good, nothing but net. Bearcats on a 15-3 run over the last 3 minutes and 34 seconds. Timeout, West Virginia. Bearcats 34, Mountaineers 22. What has been different in these last 4 minutes for the Bearcats, Justin?
Bearcats have just started playing with confidence. They're going out there. They know that they're a better basketball team. They see it in the other team's eyes, right? They see fear, Chris, fear. They're attacking West Virginia right at the heart, and they're succeeding right now.
As you saw, we had the back-to-back lobs to Bandego, who has 8 quick points already. Bearcats 14 of 29 from the field, compared to the Mountaineers 7 of 21. We'll take a quick break here on Bearcats Sports Radio. Bearcats up 34-22. We welcome you back here to Fifth Third Arena. Bearcats are up 34-22 against the Mountaineers. Quick little nugget. Dede Thomas, 3 steals early on in this game. That brings his season total up to 54 steals on the year. That is the most since Gary Clark in 2017-18 season, in which he had 51. Next up is Justin Jackson with 55. He needs 2 more Seals to break that record, or at least move up on the chart.
I think he can do it. Thomas is really, really good defensively, right? Quick with his hands, ready to poke out the ball, and plays with a lot of anticipation on defense, right? Getting into passing lanes and anticipating handoffs and moves.
Day Thomas, as we mentioned, 54 steals on the year. Next man in line would be John Newman with 39. There's a time in Big 12 play which both of these players had the same amount of steals, and Thomas has just played on a whole different level defensively. Mountaineers are working the ball around. Creasho, right wing three-pointers up. That one rims out. Rebound secured by Reynolds. 2:45 left to go in the first half. Bearcats up by 12. Thomas has it near the Steve Hall logo. Goes off to Skillings. Back up to Reynolds. Reynolds to Newman, the left wing. Newman working on Patrick Sumnick. Bounce pass to Reynolds in the post. Back up to Newman. Works with the Day Thomas. Thomas to Skillings in the corner. Drives in baseline. Back out to Thomas. Right wing three-pointer is up. That one is no good. Rebounded by Newman. Newman. That one's intercepted by Raekwon Battle. Raekwon Battle. That one's stolen by Day Thomas, number 55. Newman drives in at the post. Floater is up, and that one is good. Bearcats up by 14. Szynski has it, guarded by Lukosius. Bounce pass to Kobe Johnson. Johnson gives it to Sumnick. The top of the key. Gives it off to Raekwon Battle. Guarded by Newman. Battle, pull-up jumper. Nothing but net for Raekwon Battle. His 4th points of the day. Thomas has it. Brings up the ball, crosses half court. Working on Battle. Gives it off to Skillings. It's give and go right back to Thomas at the right wing. Thomas gets a screen by Reynolds. Skillings in front of the Mountaineer bench. Drives in on Creasho. He is off the Newman at the right wing underneath the Reynolds. Reynolds at the post. Buying down Sumnick. Double team. Reynolds throws it off the glass. No good. They're going to say travel on Jameel Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds may have just shuffled a little bit, trying to find space down low. He got doubled, and he wasn't expecting it, so shuffled the feet just a little bit.
Also, the shot clock was expiring. Bearcats will turn over, but Mountaineers have it. Kobe Johnson guarded by Jizzle James. Sumnick, top of the key. 1 minute left to go in the first half. Szynski. Hand off the Battle. Pull up three from the right wing. And this kid is on fire. Raekwon Battle. This time sinks a three-pointer from the right wing. That cuts the Mountaineers' deficit down to 9. Jameel Reynolds has it at the top of the key. Gets it off to Skillings. Skillings guarded by Creasho. Drives in, lowers the shoulder, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Dan Skillings. Skillings' second foul. So 5.7 separate game clock and shot clock. As Josh Reed, Day Thomas, and Bandego check in for Skillings, James, and Reynolds. Mountaineers inbound it. Kerr Creasho will bring it up, who has played 18 minutes so far in this half. 3 points, 1 rebound, no assist, including a technical foul. Creasho has at the right wing, guarded by Thomas. He's off to Szynski. 10 left on the shot clock. Szynski working on Lukosius at the left elbow. Gets up the Creasho on the corner. Top of the key will be Kobe Johnson. He has to do something. Johnson drives in, layup, and that one falls in. 2 seconds left on the shot, and the Bearcats give it to Newman, and he will not get a shot off. Bearcats are up 36-29 to end the first half. West Virginia, though, ended the half on a 7-0 run over the last 1 minute and 43 seconds. Bearcats ended that half on a 2-minute scoring drought. However, they are up by 7. Bearcats shooting 15-31 from the field compared to the Mountaineers 10 of 25 from the field. Bearcats shooting 3 of 14 from deep compared to the Mountaineers 5 of 12 from deep. Justin, what are some adjustments you'd like to see come out the second half for both teams?
For the Bearcats, I'd like to see them continue to work it down low a little bit more. I mentioned pregame. That's what I thought they should do, is kind of let their bigs eat. And they've been working on perimeter a lot. And like you said, 3 of 14. That's not the greatest percentage you want to see. So maybe just try to work it inside, get those easier opportunities down low. And for the Mountaineers, honestly, just keep doing what you're doing. I don't think they're playing a bad ball game at all. They're playing just kind of a little wild on offense is the only thing you could kind of help. 8 turnovers so far, maybe try to reel it in a little bit. But other than that, I would say keep playing with confidence on the offensive end. They've been doing a good job of that.
As you mentioned, keep doing what you're doing. RaeQuan Battle started to heat up at the end of the first half with 5 quick points. Bearcats are up 36-29. We enter halftime here at Fifth Third Arena. Don't go anywhere. Second half will take place momentarily here on Bearcat Sports Radio.
Welcome everybody here back to Fifth Third Arena. We've got a tight matchup here. It's 36-29 with 2 minutes before we get the second half underway. My name is Justin Diedrich, joined here by Chris Pagan, and we're coming here courtesy of Bearcat Sports Radio. Chris, let's talk about that first half a little bit. What's something that you noticed in that first half? What can you give us?
Well, like you mentioned in the pregame show, the Bearcats have to attack the paint against Mountaineers, and they did just that, in my opinion. Look at the stats, 20 points in the paint compared to the Mountaineers 6. And also another cool stat, Bearcats have 13 points off turnovers compared to the Mountaineers 5, and I think Day-Day Thomas's 4 steals has something to do with that.
Yeah, Day-Day Thomas with those steals creates a lot of fast break opportunities, right? He's a really fast player, so when he gets the ball in his hands, he's pushing it down the court.
We see him go coast to coast multiple times, and he's such an athletic player. We see him throw down crazy dunks, and he just, when you see him rise up, he really levitates, honestly. He gets up there. That's just how athletic he is, even though he's most likely going to be the smallest person on the court.
Yeah, I mean, he makes up for it with that athleticism and that jumping ability. Looking here towards the Mountaineers, something interesting. Their second leading scorer, Jesse Edwards, struggling a little bit tonight. He's only got 2 points, only attempted 3 shots. But something with Edwards is that he just struggles in general on away games. He averages 10 less points per game on the road, as well as 23% less when shooting the ball, field goal percentage on the road. He's just not a road player. Hasn't really taken those shots tonight. Like I said, only 3 attempts, only got 2 points. Mountaineers are going to need him to kind of heat up and get into his usual form if they're going to come back.
Yeah, and usually when you're older, like Edwards, he's a grad student, you know, usually those older players love to play on the road. You know, me in high school, my senior year, I love playing on the road in volleyball, but it's just not built for everyone. And Edwards, like you mentioned, struggles on the road, and I'm sure he wants to get over that hump.
He'll have a whole half opportunity to do it as countdown here to the second half begins. Bearcats, it was kind of a game of runs in that first half. They struggled at the beginning, then went on a nice run. Mountaineers started to come back towards the end of the half. We'll see who comes out here swinging to start the second. It'll be Dan Skillings instead of Odi Oguama to start for the Bearcats. Oguama started the game as he was being recognized as one of the 4 senior players and 7 total seniors to walk. Same lineup if you're the Mountaineers. And they're going to start with the ball. It's going to be Kirk Creesa. Picks it up, and we'll get ready to start the second half.
Creesa with 18 minutes played in the first half. He's going to expect a lot of more minutes in the second one.
Creesa gets it to Battle up top. Battle takes the screen. Drives inside, high, floater up and good for the first points of the second half.
I mean, it just looks so effortless right there.
Day-Day Thomas, far side wing. Crosses, gets inside, kicks to Newman on the perimeter, fumbled it. Now he'll take it strong inside on Creesa and put that one up and in.
Right there, Newman driving with confidence against Creesa. He definitely had the mismatch right there and took advantage of it. Great play by Newman.
Creesa, only 6'3", 185. Newman towers over him. It's Jesse Edwards working on the perimeter for the Mountaineers. He'll take it inside on Bandego, loses it on the drive, and it's picked up by Skillings. Newman running the break. Full court pass over to Day-Day Thomas. Gives it off to Lukosius. That 3 just rolls out. That one tapped out of bounds line. Actually, they're going to catch a foul here. So it'll stay Bearcats basketball.
I think it was, yeah, Edwards gets the foul. You know, he's not really playing like himself, as you mentioned. I know he struggles on the road, but it looks like a different person.
The lob on the inbounds to Dan Skillings, and he throws that one down.
That's 2 plays on inbounds, and the Bearcats have done a great job. This one to Skillings in the first half. They had a great one to Jizzle James underneath.
Kobe Johnson trapped a little bit. Has to barely get it out to Jesse Edwards. Mountaineers need to set something up. It's Lazinski. Hand off to Battle. Battle drives to his right, gets inside, high off the glass, and no good. Rebound, Seamoss Lukosius. Lukosius running the break. Pass to Cutting Newman, who gets the finish.
It's a great start for the Bearcats, playing with tempo. They have to keep it up if they want to expand on their 11-point lead in the second half.
Creesa bails out to Johnson, now back to Creesa. West Virginia swings it down low. Jesse Edwards, one dribble and a spin, and goes up and over Bandego for the bucket. Bearcats playing with pace. It's Dan Skillings already on the other side. Puts the moves on Slazinski. Drives, kicks out. Thomas, wing three. That one no good. Offensive rebound goes to Bandego, and he was fouled. It'll stay Bearcats basketball. They'll inbound on the baseline. The foul's going to go on Edwards again. His third foul of the game now, something that monitor as we get these last 17 minutes of play.
Another thing for the Bearcats, 13 assists compared to the Mountaineers 5.
Skillings, far side wing, drives to his left, and he's fouled on the drive. Another foul for the Mountaineers. That one's on Raekwon Battle. Battle picks up his first foul of the game, and we'll get another inbound for the Bearcats, the side on the opposite side of the baseline. 15 seconds of the shot clock. Day Thomas has it, gives it up Skillings, far side wing. They swing it around all the way to their side. Lukosius spots up for three. That one short. Rebound goes to Battle. Kobe Johnson on the other end slows it down. Hand off to Slazinski. Slazinski loses it. It's grabbed by Newman on the fast break. Newman rises up and puts the layup in and in. Timeout called by Josh Eilert. 44-33. Bearcats have jumped out to a nice lead here to start the second half.
How about playing with tempo and driving in with authority and confidence? Exactly what John Newman and company have been doing so far to begin this second half. Hopefully, Bearcats with an 11-point lead, and the way they're playing, you want to see them expand out on that lead and grow it to over 15 and secure a nice lead in which you could possibly see some of those seniors come out and get some playing time on the court.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of one of those seniors, right, John Newman, 10 points on the game, 5 of 8 from the field. There's only 3 misses, or all 3 of them from three-point lane. He's also got 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He's just filling the stat sheet tonight for the Cincinnati.
He is, and this is his 62nd career start. He's called the heart of the soul of the team. He had 15 points in OU, back-to-back scoring games. But tonight, as you mentioned, 10 points for John Newman III.
On the other side for the Mountaineers, their leading scorer is Raekwon Battle. He's 4-7 from the field, 3 rebounds, no assists, 17 minutes of play. Battle is not typically an assist guy. He averages under an assist per game. But he's definitely a prolific scorer. He's their leading scorer on the year, averaging 16.6 a game. Obviously, he's a veteran player. He's been around 2 years at Washington. He's a Husky, and then he spent 2 years at Montana State before transferring over to West Virginia. He was one of those players that needed that 2-time transfer eligibility waiver. He waited a fean games for it, got his approved, and he's done a good job on his West Virginia uniform ever since. He scored 20-plus 9 times this year.
I mean, just watching him play, this is the second time you're seeing him play live in person, and he plays like a professional. He has that professional build, 6'5", 195, and he plays with that confidence. We saw him heat up at the end of the first half, and he's doing his thing to start the second half. He's going to be an incredible athlete, and he's definitely going to have to start paving the way for West Virginia if they want to try and climb back into this match.
Yeah, I remember that first time I saw him live. I'm like, this guy plays like he's already in the league. I mean, he's out there strolling around on defense and then knocking down 40-foot threes. I mean, he's playing like he's in the NBA already. I would be surprised if you aren't watching him as one of those 30 teams in a few years.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be playing in the NBA next couple of years. He's going to be a name to keep an eye out for.
Bearcats shooting only 18% from the three-point arc. They've taken 17 attempts as opposed to their 38 total attempts on the game. A lot more perimeter-focused offense than we typically see from the Bearcats offense. No lineup changes for Cincinnati coming out of the timeout.
A little nugget I like, both teams have shot 4 free throws. However, for the Bearcats, all of their free throws have come from technical fouls. Which
That's
something
interesting.
You really don't see, especially 23 minutes into a game.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of free throws being shot, but it also means not a lot of breaks in the game. We get to stay with the action as the action has resumed here. Kerr Creasa has it. Coming out of that timeout, Josiah Harris checked in for the Mountaineers. They get it to him. Tries to go down low to Edwards, and Edwards is fouled by Bandego. Little physical play between those two. So we'll see Creasa inbound on the baseline. He's standing on the E of Bearcats. Gets it into Raekwon Battle. Now they get it off Kobe Johnson. That was almost stolen by Dan Skillings. Johnson goes to his left, finds space, and gets the layup up and in.
It was a great finish right there by Kobe Johnson.
Skillings already in the paint on the other end. Backing his way down, he's doubled. Has to bail out to Thomas. Somehow got it out to Thomas on the perimeter. Now Newman, opposite wing. Kicks back to Thomas, all the way to Skillings in the corner. He'll put up a three. That one, good. Dan Skillings hits his first three of the night. The Bearcats' fourth. On the other end, it's Johnson. Behind the back pass to Harris. He'll rise up for a three. That one, back iron clank. Rebound, Simas Lukosius. Lukosius, high pass all the way to Bandego. Bandego will kick it to John Newman. Bearcats swing it to Skillings. Skillings drive inside, and he's fouled by Raekwon Battle.
Hard foul right there.
Skillings took a fall, as that'll take us to our first media timeout of the second half. Skillings free throws will come after this timeout. Bearcats lead 47-35, and we'll be back after a short break here on Bearcat Sports Radio. Returning to the action here, coming out of the timeout. It's 47-35, about 4 minutes of play has passed as we got those two Dan Skillings free throws. As he was fouled on a drive before that media timeout. During that timeout, we got shown on the Jumbotron. Bearcats legend Kenyon Martin is in the building today for the final home game of the year, potentially, in Cincinnati.
This was probably the loudest I've heard the crowd all day when they showed Kenyon Martin on the Jumbotron.
Martin, obviously beloved here in Cincinnati, as Skillings misses the first free throw. That second one is front rim, no good. He'll run for an offensive rebound and dive into the scorer's table. He's okay, but it'll be Mountaineer basketball.
I like the effort, like the hustle, though, right there. Almost went crashing over, but it looks like he stopped right in time.
He might have knocked over a water bottle. I thought I saw something fall over there, but everyone's all good. Carissa has it for West Virginia. He'll lose it. Stolen by Day Thomas. That number goes up one more, Chris.
Yep, just like you mentioned. So that's number 56 on the year. Watch out, or move aside, Justin Jackson. You got some company. This time it's Day Thomas going ahead of him, 56 steals.
Thomas breaking, not a record, but overtaking someone ahead of him with that steal number. He has it. Gives it up to Skillings, looking Bandego, high lob, and that one's knocked out of his hands while in the air. They'll catch a foul. That's going to go on Jesse Edwards, his third foul. My apologies. Edwards picking up 3. Looks like Josh Eilert has a sub ready to check in after the first Bandego free throw. Bandego's first free throw is up and good. And we will get 2 subs in for the Mountaineers. We'll have Sumnick coming in for Edwards, as well as Seth Wilson in for Kerr Carissa. Bandego had to be clutch at the line the other night against Oklahoma to send the game to overtime. He had down by 1, 2 free throws, hit 1 of 2, as he does here, 1 of 2, and he sent the Bearcats to overtime in that one. Farrakhan has it. Up top for West Virginia, guarded by Newman. Kicks it off to Raekwon Battle. Battle calls for a screen, goes to his left. Now switches to his right. Kicks. Harris on the wing. Harris loses it on the drive. Battle's got it back. He'll rise up and shoot a deep 3. No good. Skillings soars for the rebound. Skillings pushing the pace, takes it himself all the way and gets it to go. Dan Skillings, oh my.
Okay, Dan, I see you right there. I see you. What a great finish. Going coast to coast. Great defense paving the way for great offense.
15-point lead now for the black and red. What will the Mountaineers do to respond? Farrakhan has it. Goes to his left, rises up on the move. That one no good. Almost tipped back in by Bandego. And now the pass is stolen. Josiah Harris will knock down a 3. Wild chain of events there as the Bearcats got a board and then a turnover, and then it led to a Mountaineer 3.
We mentioned it's a game of runs, and that ended the Mountaineers scoring drought over 2.5 minutes, and also ended the Bearcats 6-0 run right there.
Jizzle James has it. Gives it off to Day Thomas. Thought about the 3. Now he'll take it. Deep one. That one no good. Rebound goes to Dan Skillings. Tried to kick it out to Newman, but Newman just couldn't get out there in time, and that one's out of bounds. Bearcats turnover.
Yeah, Skillings threw that ball just a little too early. If you waited just another half a second, Newman would have had it in the corner, and you would have been wide open for a corner 3.
Seth Wilson gives it off to Farrakhan. Farrakhan on the far side, rises up for a jumper. That one no good. John Newman with the board. Newman gives it off to Reynolds, and now they'll reset up top. Kicks. Jizzle James in the corner. Working on Battle. Spins and puts it up and in over Edwards. Jizzle James.
This kid's going to be incredible. The second half catalyst. I mean, as a freshman, he is playing like a veteran.
Sumnick has it on the other side, hands off to Farrakhan. Farrakhan drives baseline, spins, and he's fouled by Day Thomas. Thomas is second. Kobe Johnson comes back in for West Virginia. Raekwon Battle will get a rest. Farrakhan, the inbounder, gets it in to Josiah Harris, guarded tightly by Dan Skillings. Harris gives it up. Seth Wilson, doubled up top, kicks Farrakhan in the corner. 4 seconds to the shot clock. Farrakhan needs to get something. Works his way past Thomas and puts the floater up over the outstretched hand of Reynolds. 52-40. 12 minutes to go here in the game. Skillings has it. Spins inside. Tough lay is no good, but he's fouled, and he'll have 2 at the charity stripe.
Another thing we saw, the Bearcats attacking the paint. How about 32 points in the paint compared to the Mountaineers' 10? They've done a great job of driving in and attacking the interior defense of the Mountaineers.
Dan Skillings at the line. He's 0 of 2 from the line tonight. His first one is up and good. Checking back in is Simas Lukosius. Day Thomas will get a break. Lukosius started off the game hot with those 3 threes. He's gone cold ever since. Skillings puts up the second free throw. That one barely rolls in for him. 14-point lead for Cincinnati. Kobe Johnson, guarded by Newman. Swinging around, Seth Wilson. We get it back to Johnson. He took screens off ball. Johnson working down low, puts it up over Newman, no good. Rebound, Jameel Reynolds.
Great defense by Newman right there.
Simas Lukosius gives it off to Jizzle James. James puts the moves on Johnson, rises up for a jumper, and sinks that one after a friendly bounce.
I mean, what more can he do?
Jizzle James playing great ball here. Denied the pass there to Sumnick on the other end. Now it's Farrakhan, guarded by James. Farrakhan pulls up, drills it. Jizzle James all in his face there, but Farrakhan has the blinders on, knocks that one down anyways.
Yeah, sometimes you see great defense, but that right there was just better offense. There's not much more you can do if you're Jizzle James.
Farrakhan's got 12 tonight, 5 of 8 shooting. Pass down low to John Newman, who rises up after a pump and gets it to go. Newman's got 12 tonight. Now it's Kobe Johnson for the Mountaineers, guarded by Newman. Takes a double screen from Sumnick. Now kicks it off to Wilson. Dan Skillings overread the pass. Wilson's floater was short, got his own board. Johnson, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Got Newman in the air. Kicks it off to Farrakhan. 7 seconds. Farrakhan behind the back. Rise up for a tough fading jumper. That one's airballed.
Here come the airball chance.
James on the other end gives it off. Lukosius will shoot a 3. That one all backboard. Stolen, poked away from behind by Newman. Gives it up, Skillings on the fast break and throws it down! Dan Skillings with power, and we'll get a timeout here. 60-42, Bearcats dominating.
I mean, as we talked about, the Bearcats were on that 12-point lead, and they need to go on a run to expand that lead in the middle of the second half and get to a comfortable, at least 15 comfortable point lead, and they've done that. They're up 18 right now. They're looking to expand on that lead.
60-42, 10 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the second half. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back right at you after a few minutes here on Bearcat Sports Radio. returning here to the action. Bearcats lead 60-42, 10 minutes left in the game. Bearcats are 4 of their last 5, coming off a monster slam by Dan Skillings Jr.
Look at the Bearcats. 3 scorers with at least 12 points. You got Newman and Lukosius with 12 apiece, and Skillings with 13, and Bandego right behind them with 9 points. So the Bearcats are really sharing the wealth here today.
Creasa back into the game for West Virginia. Gives it down low. Edwards, one dribble. He's guarded tightly by Reynolds. Doesn't get it to go. Gets his own offensive rebound, and he's fouled. That one goes on Jameel Reynolds. Reynolds first. Creasa, the inbounder. Gets it into Slazinski. Slazinski guarded by Lukosius. Backing down Lukosius. Spin, turnaround jumper is up and in.
That was a beautiful shot right there. Fading away at the baseline. It's a great shot by Slazinski. Jeez.
It's a tough name.
It is.
Dede Thomas taking his precious time. Takes a screen by Reed on the far side wing. Backdoor lob to Reynolds. Oh my goodness. Reynolds angry at the rim as he punishes it for that lob.
I think he was mad about that foul call, you think?
Just letting out some steam. Slazinski on the other end throws a pass almost stolen by Reed. Instead it leads to a Josiah Harris triple. Josiah.
It's been a tough day, but
I don't know. The names.
I don't know how he got that pass in. That literally went right by the arm of Josh Reed while he was looking at it. It's a great pass right there.
Dede Thomas throws another lob back-to-back. Jameel Reynolds definitely taking out steam on the rim. He's mad about that call, and he let him know about it. Creasa jumper, no good. Rebound, John Newman.
I didn't know it was Lob City today.
We got Chris Paul and Blake Griffin in here, or what? Newman rises up, puts the layup off the glass, and then off triple coverage. Now Johnson loses it on the dribble. Dive for it. We'll get a jump ball between Johnson and Reed.
It just goes to the point. 42 points in the paint. 42. That's
42
incredible.
of their 66. Do the math for me, Chris. I'm not good at math. Is that 24?
Well, we're comm majors, so we aren't really supposed to be good at math, but let me get out my calculator. How about 64% of your points coming from the paint?
Wow. That's a lot, man. That's absolutely insane. Bearcats have done a good job inside the paint today, clearly. They have it. Dede Thomas gives up Lukosius coming off a screen in the corner. Gives it to Reynolds, who loses it on the dribble and then smacks it out of Slazinski's hand, but he's called for the foul. Reynolds maybe still putting off a little steam on that foul call.
Yeah, he's still just a tad hot right now, but I mean, in my opinion, that was a good foul. It would have been a fast break for the Mountaineers.
That's Reynolds' second foul as we got another media timeout here. 66-47. Bearcats leading. Chris, what have the Bearcats done to kind of help them jump out to this massive lead here?
Well, it all starts with taking care of the ball. We were here for the Iowa State game. I believe you were on the call for that one. And when we have 20-plus heat, but still 8 turnovers compared to the Mountaineers' 13, that is pretty good. You have to take care of the ball, especially for a team that averages 12 turnovers per game. The Bearcats, if you take care of the ball, that will lead to more possessions, and then you get more opportunities at scoring, and they executed at that. As you mentioned, 42 points in the paint and 20 points off of turnovers. So that's an example of how these turnovers can kill you, and also have to take care of the ball.
Yeah, the Bearcats, only with those 8 turnovers, like you mentioned, to West Virginia's 13, have done a good job at being safe with it today. 4 of 20 from 3, though, however, stands out to me. Typically, if a team shoots that percentage from 3, they would be down at least a tight game. Bearcats 4 of 20 from 3, and they're leading by a lot.
Yeah, the Bearcats are 12th in the Big 12 at 3-point shooting percentage. So I think we kind of expected the Bearcats to not make a lot of 3-pointers this game, let alone take a lot of 3-point attempts. as we mentioned in the first half, within the first 10 minutes, the Bearcats shot 10 threes and went 3 of 10. So Wes Miller is definitely not hesitant of letting it fly. But the Bearcats have supplemented that by having points in the paint and attacking the rim, which they have done perfectly today.
Yeah, Cincinnati standing right now at 17-13. This win ends their regular season as they head into the Big 12 tournament. Sitting at 11th right now, a chance with a little bit of help to move up a seed. West Virginia in dead last in the Big 12 here at 14th. They need a lot of help going for them. They don't have a chance to get even a higher seed at all. They're stuck where they are.
Yeah, it's been a rough year for West Virginia. It's been a rough couple of years for them.
Mountaineers still looking for their first away win of the year, 0-8 on the road. So it's been a tough going, like you said. Cincinnati, they still have a chance at the tournament. We talked a little bit about this pre-game, but they need a lot going for them in the Big 12 tournament. Considered, not even considered in the last bracketology, just plain out, projected as a 3 seed right now in the NIT.
Did you know that was a thing? 'Cause I didn't until about a couple weeks ago.
I had no idea the NIT had bracketology, man.
NITology, that's what they call it. And I was like, wow, they were projected as a 2 seed, but then they lost to Oklahoma and dropped down to a 3. But regardless, the Bearcats will be seeing some postseason play. It may not be March Madness, but the NIT can make up for that a little bit.
It's still madness over there in the NIT. A lot of good teams projected there. We were going through the list pregame. There's a lot of good teams in the NIT this year, man.
Yeah, and the Bearcats 3 seed projection. We saw teams like Memphis, South Florida, Providence, Iowa. It's still going to be a good tournament, in my opinion.
Should be fun to watch as we get action back under play. Under 8 minutes to go. Bearcats with a massive lead. West Virginia needs to get something going. Johnson drive to the rim. No good. Put back off the miss by Jesse Edwards is in. 49 points now for the Mountaineers. They average 69 on the year.
Dead last in the Big 12.
Dede Thomas has it on the wing. Gives it up to Lukosius. Guarded on the perimeter by Edwards. Lukosius gets space past Edwards and his block. Spin jumper is good by Jameel Reynolds. Not something we've seen from him often, but expanding his bag a little bit here late in the season.
How about 4 Bearcats with 10 or more points? Reynolds has just joined that club. He's played great tonight.
Slozinski, spin, jumper, that one rolls out no good. Rebound to Dede. Dede's got 5 rebounds today, 6 assists. They give it to Simas Lukosius. He is on the perimeter. Give it back to Dede Thomas. Now down low, it's Reynolds, doubled, kicks out. That one almost stolen by Johnson. Down low to Reed, he lost it. Rolls into the hands of Jizzle James. James, spectacular, step back jumper, it's good.
What even happened on that possession?
I don't even know what happened. On the other end, it's a loose ball on the drive. Josh Reed comes up with it. Wide open, Lukosius, spot up from deep, front rim no good, offensive rebound, James. James will take a corner 3. That one no good as well. Another offensive rebound. What is going on?
It's madness.
March Madness, you could say, Chris. You set me up for that one, didn't you?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Lukosius takes the handoff, gives it back. Jameel Reynolds will shoot a 3. He knocks it down. Jameel Reynolds.
This is why broadcasting is one of the hardest things to do. I kid you not, what you just did in the past couple possessions was something crazy and something incredible. I don't even know what just happened.
I couldn't tell you either, man. And now we get a Jesse Edwards and one on the other end. He's fouled by Jameel Reynolds. Reynolds picks up his 3rd. I'm still trying to
process what
get
we
back
just
into
saw.
reality, man. What?
So how about offensive rebound, second chance points, and Reynolds hitting his second 3 on the season.
Reynolds gets a massive standing ovation as he takes a rest. It's Skilling's in for him, as well as Reed to the bench, and Bandego is also back in.
Dede Thomas, 5 rebounds, though. When your point guard, who is 6 foot, has the second most rebounds on the team, that's pretty incredible, to say the least. The smallest kid in the
point play, misses the free throw. It's Dede Thomas. 5 minutes here to go in the game. Bearcats lead by 22. Lukosius throws it to Jesse Edwards on the other team. Edwards gives it up to Battle. Now they work it. Slazinski up top. And we're going to get a foul call on Aziz Bandego, who's a little too physical on Edwards. Bandego, who just checked back in, picks up his second foul.
Just under 5 minutes, Bearcats with a 22-point lead. I got a good feeling we're going to see some of the seniors come out today.
We see John Newman back in here. There's one of our 4.
We just need 3 more. Kirkwood, Long, and Oguama.
We've seen Odie at the beginning of the game. He still needs to get a bucket here to get those senior points. Battle rises up, tough shot, offensive rebound to Sumnick. Give it back to Battle. He'll rise up from 3 this time, also off the mark. Thomas is going to slow things down a little bit. Gives it up to Skillings. Skillings gets past Lazinski, drives baseline, falling down, and he's fouled.
This game has gotten a little physical over the past couple minutes. Some smiles on Skillings' face.
Skillings is always out there smiling. He's always out there having a good time, man.
He's just living life, man. We saw him pregame. He's just, like you mentioned, there's always a smile on his face.
Skillings made an appearance at that baseball game that me and Chase did a few days ago.
We got Corleone to our left.
Athletes supporting the other athletes. That's what you like to see here.
How about NIL and NIL right there?
Well, you could put it that way. Skillings hits the first free throw. Bearcats are in the bonus. Hits the second one as well. 24-point lead, under 4.5 to go. Carissa, guarded by Thomas. Thomas giving him no space. Has to bail off. Slazinski on the drive, kicks to Sumnick, and that one's stolen by John Newman. A fight for it between 4 different guys. Lob to Dede Thomas! Thomas with one hand! What is basketball?
We talked about his athleticism. Just an incredible play. Great vision by Skillings.
Another steal, Dan Skillings. And he's fouled on the fast break by Farrakhan. This crowd is living life right now. 77-51.
It's like euphoria in Fifth Third Arena right now. Everyone's on their feet. Bearcats are up by 26. This is a great way to end your Big 12 season.
Yeah,
regular season.
Big 12 regular season, pumping up is playing. Fans rented out the stadium in response or in support of the seniors today. And with a 26-point lead, we very well may see those seniors come out after this media timeout.
Yeah, and these seniors have incredible stories. You look at Chase Kirkwood, who started off as a manager at Arkansas and earned a walk-on spot following summer workouts last year. You got Landon Long, the sharpshooter from Ohio Northern who transferred here, the hometown kid. A lot of these seniors have some great stories, and I think we're going to see them on the court after this media timeout, just as you mentioned.
Yeah, and Oguama also, kid from Raleigh, North Carolina, spent 3 years at Wake Forest before becoming a Bearcat.
Oguama, he was praised for his selflessness in accepting the new reserve role as Bandego made his debut. He's been praised for that, and he was the team's Defensive Player of the Year last year.
3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. The Bearcats have had a very team-oriented scoring effort today. 4 players with double digits. Reynolds with 13, Skillings with 15, Lukosius with 12, and Newman with 14. Also got Bandego with 9 points and James with 8. So everyone's kind of getting their piece of the pie, you could say.
Everyone is, and when you look at Day Thomas with 4 points, that can be a little misappealing to you. You know, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals. Overall effort by Day Thomas.
For the Mountaineers, Farrakhan's their leading scorer with 12. Raekwon Battle's been a little bit off tonight. He's got 9. Jesse Edwards is 8. Kind of missing the production from their big 3. Creasa also with only 3 points.
For Day Thomas, 15 steals over his last 6 games.
That's absurd. That's insane. Thomas showing that defensive versatility that he has. He may be not the tallest guy on the court at 6 foot, 185, but he makes up for it.
We saw on that alley-oop from Skillings.
I mean, he got up there.
That's what I'm saying. He can get up there. For being the smallest guy on the court, he is athletic, explosive. As everyone's mom's favorite song comes on.
Dan Skillings has a 1-on-1 free throw opportunity. He makes the first, puts him at 16 points in the night, 5 of 7 from the line. Bearcats 9 of 13 from the line tonight. Skillings' second is also good. 17 points for your leading scorer, Dan Skillings, for Cincinnati. Raekwon Battle lost it, but it went into the hands of Josiah Harris. That one picked off by Skillings, threw it behind his back to keep it in, but it went to the Mountaineers. Now deflected off the hands of Reed. Out of bounds will stay Mountaineer basketball, as we had a canceled substitution. Jizzle James was slated to check in. Wes Miller said, nah.
Not today, no.
He's going to keep Day in. Farrakhan, baseline inbound on the E of Bearcats, gets it into Harris. Quick rise up, and he's fouled on the shot by Josh Reed. Also, in now for West Virginia, we see Ofri Neve. He's played 23 games this year, started 7 of them, about 14.5 minutes per game. It's the first time we've seen him today. It's Josiah Harris at the line. Harris from Canton, Ohio, averages about 5 points per game. He's got 7 tonight. As we do see Jizzle James check back in, as John Newman gets a standing ovation from the crowd and a hug with Wes Miller.
That right there was planned by Coach Miller. He told the crowd to get up on their feet and start cheering for John Newman. As he mentioned, it is senior night.
It's happy but bitter. So it's emotional here to see these seniors go, especially for the guys on the court as well. Seeing your teammates move on to the next stage, but still have some basketball left to be played in their season.
Yes, when you look at John Newman, you know, suffered a season-ending injury last year. He's been through a lot.
As Josh Reed hits a 3 there, but as you were saying, Chris.
That was it. He's been through a lot, and like you mentioned, you know, these players have some emotional stories. And Newman is a fan favorite here. Here comes another senior to the scorers table. It's gonna be
Odio Guama. Josiah Harris, block 3 by Skillings. Day Thomas has it. He's going to dribble out some clock. Bearcats are trying to play their game plan, which is get all the seniors in right now. Thomas wasting time. Reed in the corner 3. That one no good. Offensive board to Jizzle James. Gives it back. Day Thomas. Thought he might take the deep 3. Wes Miller is telling him no. And Wes Miller will take a timeout. He's going to get his guys in.
Yeah, and what I liked here is that Wes Miller is going to do it one by one, so each player gets their standing ovation.
Odio Guama's in the game for Aziz Bandego. Now he gets it in to Dede Thomas. Thomas, pull up three, knocked down Dede Thomas. 85 points for the Bearcats today as an offensive explosion continues. 32 points is the lead. Creaso rises up for three. That one's good. We see heading to check in Landon Long, Kirkwood, and CJ Anthony will all get time here at the end of the game.
Just love to see it, honestly. Here comes Sage Tolentino, too.
Sage Tolentino as well. We're going to see everybody. Pass down low. Oh, Guama with the swim! On the other end, quickly, it's Neve, blocked by Skillings. Neve got it back. Goes up again, and that one, no good. Rebound, Odio Guama. And now Thomas is going to get it past half court. And Wes Miller's going to take that timeout for substitutions. Chase Kirkwood into the game. Landon Long into the game. Sage Tolentino down low. And CJ Anthony.
Sage Tolentino led the state of Hawaii in blocks before moving to Ohio. He is tied for the tallest player in UC history at 7'1".
Landon Long has it, guarded by Farrakhan. Takes a screen from Oguama. Long three, knocked down, Landon Long! It's pandemonium in fifth third.
I mean, you cannot write the story any better. How about the sharpshooter from Ohio Northern, and the first shot he takes drills it.
Oguama's gonna check out here for the Bearcats. A hug with Wes Miller for him as well. Neve has it, guarded tightly by Anthony. Now they get off to Harris. Harris down the low to Sumnick, guarded by Sage Tolentino. He loses it on the drive, and they're going to call a foul on Sage Tolentino.
I don't agree with that call. There's 41 seconds left. Bearcats are up by 34.
let the guys play. 90 points for the Bearcats today. 74 is their season average. They have crushed that.
So an interesting thing for West Virginia on the court is Aiden Tagaloa Nelson, right? He plays football. He plays safety. And he just walked on the team in January, literally 2 months ago.
Chase Kirkwood has it, guarded by Sumnick. Kirkwood takes the screen by Tolentino, trying to get him space. He's going to get fouled by Tagaloa Nelson. Yeah, Nelson's only got one game played. He played 5 minutes in that one, recorded no stats.
Yeah, that was against Texas early on in the year.
Did some cardio.
Wow.
He's getting ready for the football season, man.
You know, nice workouts, good practice.
Kirkwood got fouled, so he'll have 2 shots at the line to get his senior points. First free throw is up and in. Jace Kirkwood gets on the board for Cincinnati.
He's had an incredible story. As I mentioned a couple minutes ago, starting off as a manager and walking on here at UC.
Kirkwood hits both, as all seniors have now gotten their points in this one. Under 20 seconds to go. The toss-up is blocked by Sage, and now Sumnick on the offensive rebound gets fouled inside. It's 11.1 seconds left to go. This game is over, Chris.
Yeah, and Wes Miller's calling off the dogs after the free throw. He just told his team on the floor, don't shoot. I know it's senior night. It can be intriguing, but don't shoot.
Everyone, all the seniors got their points tonight, and Sumnick misses the first free throw. Sumnick misses the second. Chase Kirkwood, rebound.
He has to cross half court, though.
Got to cross half court.
There
He
you go.
does. And that'll do it for the regular season here for the Bearcats. A 92-56 win to cap off the career of those 4 seniors who were instrumental to Cincinnati's success throughout their careers. Landon Long, John Newman, Chase Kirkwood, and Odio Guama say goodbye and thank you to the crowd here at Fifth Third Arena.
Yeah, and the fans that stayed, they've done a great job too, cheering on the seniors as they come on. And honestly, the loudest I heard was with Kenyon Martin. But how about when Landon Long hit that three-pointer?
That got topped.
That was
easily.
up there. That was up there. That was incredible. And the fans, they understand the story of the seniors. Great job of supporting the kids.
Bearcats came out firing all cylinders in that second half, only led by 7 at halftime, and they ended the game 92-56. That's a lot of math for me to do quickly in my head. 36 points, I want to say that is.
Well, thank God we have computers here in front of us. The Bearcats outscored the Mountaineers 56-27 in the second half. It's incredible.
What an incredible way to end the year here as the team gathers at half court. They're going to take a team picture, it looks like, getting everyone together. The seniors up and in front. What a game it has been to call, and what a day here for the team and everyone here in Fifth Third Arena. It's been a pleasure, Chris.
It has been, and until next season, or whatever sport comes up next, we'll be there. But this basketball season is definitely one to remember. A lot of fun memories in the inaugural Big 12 season, but this is why we love what we do. For the ups and downs, it's been a fun season so far.
The team waves one more goodbye to the home crowd, and that'll do it here for us. The end of the Cincinnati men's basketball year on Bearcat Sports Radio. My name was Justin Diedrich. I was joined by Chris Pagan, and we'll catch you all next time.